So here's an exciting ukulele from Kanile'a. This is their flagship model of 2023, their absolute premier model. Um, this is number 29 of their 25th anniversary series, celebrating 25 years of building master grade and masterfully built instruments here in Hawaii on the island of Oahu in Kaneohe. This is, again, their 25th anniversary model. Only a select amount are made, and I'm just so lucky that I get to go ahead and share this instrument with you folks, along with the details and the sound sample. But Kanile'a just builds some of the best instruments around. They also just make some of the most eye candy, beautiful instruments in the ukulele world, with their curly koa just being really phenomenal. And what I really love about the choices of wood, that the Hawaiian curly koa that they use, Kanile'a doesn't shy away from using Hawaiian koa that's just so striking. It's not, say, just like really tight grain patterns or more kind of on the reserve side. They go for the very, like, what? I didn't even know koa could look like that. I mean, I feel like I've seen so many Kanile'a instruments from just like, koa can look like that? Like, wow, okay. And then you can play that and it sounds that good. So yeah, just look at, say, this top piece of koa right here. You have like more of that kind of fan butterfly effect here on the top with the tight curl here, but then it kind of releases and it doesn't have that kind of effect here on the bottom. It's more like an open kind of effect here with the grain pattern running on the sides over here. Different colors running through the center. We've got a little bit of that sapwood here. Perfectly book matched. You have like this teepee pattern. I mean, there's just a lot of different colors, different grain patterns, different types of streaks going on just in the front of the instrument. And then when you look at the sides here, you can just see even more of those prominent lines that run through the sides right here. And then along with these koa leaves here on the side is their sideboard. Really classy, really awesome. And everything is binded with that really beautiful maple wood. So you get more of that white accent amongst that kind of orange, dark orange color of the Hawaiian koa. So even here around these leaves here on the sideboard, beautiful. And then here's a more perfect example of what the front was trying to do. Again, top half, like very crazy kind of butterfly effect with the grain patterns looking like that. But then it kind of lets off a little more on the bottom and it opens up to just much more different patterns here going on the bottom. Have like a little section here, have the dark streaks. Again, more of this kind of like this teepee kind of effect right here, going in and then back, or going out and in. Got a little bit of the sapwood here and here. So again, amazing piece of koa, especially the sides. Really just, and then you can look at this side, phenomenal. And then, accenting it with the maple, even here in the scoop cutaway, I think it's a beautiful accent. It's very common for Hawaiian koa instruments to have that black ebony binding, because black on anything it just works. But even with the curly maple, it works to really it brings a kind of lighter tone overall. Absolutely beautiful. And then you have your ebony bridge with your pin bridge, along with sterling silver here, saying the 25th right here. And then you also have this big fat piece of silver, sterling silver, right here around the rosette. And even these sterling silver pieces as your fret markers, and this cool little design on the 12th fret. And fun fact about these sterling silver appointments here on this instrument, every single one of these Kanile'a Platinums 2023, you have one guy that has this big piece of sterling silver, and he hand cuts every single piece of silver that you see on this instrument, including this really ornate rosette piece of sterling silver around the rosette. When I look closely, there's just so much intricate design. And I've actually seen a video of that Kanile'a posted of that guy hand carving every single little detail, and they were saying how many hours it took just one guy making sure that everything is perfect. And all of the rosettes have that kind of unique kind of design that they have right here. And again, all of these are all just individually cut out, including the K on the top, all cut out by one person. So attention to detail is through the ceiling on this instrument. You might think, oh, something simple, it looks really cool. But when you think about it and you watch that person just etching every little detail, it's just crazy to think that they had to cut out all of these sockets, and then that piece of sterling silver has to perfectly fit on not only the fretboard, not only in the rosette and here and then here, but on the other platinums that they built. So just phenomenal work, even on this instrument. And then you have, again, that curly 5/8 maple binding here on the sides of the fretboard, over here. And then even here running alongside the back of the neck, satin neck, we have solid coal as the neck, along with the maple in the middle, and then even the solid coal back headstock, pretty much. And then that ebony headstock with the sterling silver K. And then, as usual, Kanile'a loves to use their stealth gold tuners here on the sides. So kind of matching that black gunmetallic over black kind of theme with the headstock and the fretboard. Silver on black looks beautiful. And then, you know, in a way, I kind of just thought of this, but this instrument has a lot of just different kind of aesthetics going on with the white, the maple, the whitish kind of color with the maple. So you have a lighter kind of tone overall, but then when you have the black on silver, it just looks very classy and very elegant. And for me, one of my favorite colors, it's the color of my car, it's gunmetallic with the tuner. So I think just for me, I don't know if I'm just geeking out or nerding out, but I think everything just works beautifully and aesthetically on this instrument. Now, of course, I was kind of gushing over the looks and aesthetics of this instrument, but the sound of this instrument, I mean, there's a reason why Kanile'a is one of the best ukulele makers and build the most beautiful instruments in the world. The sounds of their instruments just phenomenal. And this instrument is just so warm, so much mid-range, which is exactly what you're going to get with Cole. Cole is one of those interesting tone woods that it can kind of sway to being kind of not dense like Indian rosewood, but it can kind of get dense and kind of warm, have a lower frequency, and then you can have koa wood that kind of leans not as bright as spruce, but it can vary a lot. Versus you get a piece of spruce, it's going to sound like spruce. That's just what it's going to sound like. But with koa, you don't know what you're going to get with this. But with this, it just has a nice, fun, happy, bright tone, but there's a lot of depth still and a lot of mid ranges. Very balanced. Listen to that. The strings all just blend together to create one nice sound. And look how punchy that A is. I love it. So sweet. I don't have to play hard with this instrument. I want the happy sound. I want the darker sound. Happy sound, dark sound. Playing on the higher frets. Look how sweet that is. It's addicting. When you play a good instrument, I'm sure all of you folks have or will have one day that feeling when you pick up a really phenomenal instrument, you're just like, wow, like it just responds so well. So here's me trying to do justice for this amazing instrument. Here we go. And here's what this instrument would sound like with a bit of strumming.